You're just watching people kind of pass you up and you're wondering, why am I stuck? And I'll tell you that wealth creation, creating money, okay, comes from behaviors, right? If you don't have a good habit of saving money, then you're not gonna have a good habit of investing money. So the great thing about, our academy, our mentorship is we teach you all the spectrums, the mindset, okay, what you need to do to elevate to the next level. And I'm grateful that I came across opportunities over 10 years ago now. Okay, my background was pilot. I was a pilot in the United States Air Force, where I flew C-130s for about 9.5. Creating money, okay, comes from behaviors, right? If you don't have a good habit of saving money, then you're not gonna have a good habit of investing money. So the great thing about, our academy, our mentorship is we teach you all the spectrums, the mindset, okay, what you need to do to elevate level. And I'm grateful that I came across opportunities over 10 years ago now. My background was pilot. I was a pilot in the United States Air Force, where I flew C-130s for about nine and a half of my years prior to being enlisted. And then I medically retired out in 2013 after being diagnosed with lupus. I'll just tell you, I like to say that I'm completely healed now. I heard someone say, I learned that remission means it's going to come back. So I've been completely healed, okay, since 2014. I thank God for that. But it allowed me to look at something else. All right. How many of you had a really good job, right? A really good job, and I don't know what that is now, but a really good job where you're making really good pay, and most people will stay there for the time they need. But what happens, they retire from that job and they have to go get rehired. Me and my wife, we were fortunate that in 2013, we walked away from our career. She was a full-time nurse. I was a pilot. After getting out of the Air Force, I became a full-time entrepreneur, and we haven't looked back since. Okay, we have a lot of freedom. Okay, our finances are in order. Okay, I don't have to go out and get a job. And I'm among the top, I would say the top 2% of probably income earners in the entire world when it comes to doing what we do. And I wasn't always there. Okay, it's because of what you're about to hear right now that changed the game for me, really understanding money, because the game is very simple. So, you hear this thing about inflation happening, you're like, okay, is that a bad thing? Is this a good thing? It depends, okay? I believe there's two people living in different economies here. And so if you are involved in real estate today, then guess what? Inflation is a wonderful thing, because if you own real estate, that means your home, okay, went up. Your equity, that means your net worth, okay? Some people's equity has went up as much as $300,000 to $500,000. How many of you would take a $500,000 increase on some of your investments right now? But if you're not participating in those markets, then you can't get those gains. Okay. Same thing. We look at the crypto market. Guess what? That has went up in value. You look at the stock market, even though we're getting some what we call retracements, all of these things increase because of inflation. Okay. Now on the back end, inflation is not a good thing if you're renting, right? If you rent your apartment, then your rent is going up and you have no ownership. Okay. Well, if you didn't have anything where Bitcoin went up, where the stock market went up, you don't own anything, there's no way that your net worth went up. So today, I'm going to show you a couple of things of what rich people do to get even richer. And this is why you hear that the rich continually get rich while the poor get poor. All right. So let's talk about it a little bit. It's going to be a lot. I like to truly educate while I'm going through this presentation here. So feel free, take notes on what we do, okay? Because once you realize how money flows, you'll never work for it again, and you'll never look at it the same exact way. And so this is what we call the U.S. debt clock. If you want to write this website down, you can go visit yourself, usdebtclock.org. This is our real debt in the United States right now. So our national debt, which means of the 50 states, the national debt is $30.4 trillion. Now you're wondering, why am I showing you all these numbers? I didn't come here to be seeing no numbers, okay? Well, this is very important for you to understand where we're going as an economy so that you can get prepared to either what? Get more wealthier, or take yourself out of position so that you don't get more poor, right? You don't start losing money in the process. So $30 trillion, and this has been going up. Listen, I watched this thing go up by $10 trillion over the past couple of years. There were people who got rich, and there were people who went backwards. And we've been talking about this for some time now. I watched this GDP when it was at at 120%, now at 128%. So what does it matter? I know you hear all this fancy language. You're like, I don't even know what GDP stands for, gross domestic product. Long story short is what's going out versus what's coming in. Here's the only thing that I want you to know from this number right here. As this number increases, okay, that's our supply of money, debt, okay, it produces inflation. Now, as interest rates increase, you're seeing that right now, you're seeing the markets go down. Why? Because there's certain things that when the interest is increased, people stop borrowing money. And when people stop borrowing money, okay, that stops circulating the economy, which decreases inflation. But when they start printing more money, it drives the interest rates down. People start borrowing more money. But the unfortunate effect of that is things go up in price. So that's why we're seeing cars way up, housing is way up. The only thing that didn't go up was your income. Right. And I say that, I mean, I'm talking about your hourly wage. If you're someone who makes, you know, you are a waitress or a waiter, or you have some type of service job, it's likely that you didn't get a pay increase. And that's the sad part, because typically when inflation happens, there is an increase on the job, but that's not happening here. And so I highlighted some numbers I want you to see. The median income right now is $35,000. Can we all admit there is nowhere in the United States today that you can live off $35,000? This is why people are now codependent on one another. Okay, this is why some people are in relationships they don't want to be in right now, but they have to be in that relationship because that's the only way they're going to pay the rent. They got to stick together. You know, people are saying, I ain't breaking up. It's cheaper to keep her. It's cheaper to keep him. Right? Because I can't afford the rent today. I can't afford my own bills. And then you got the median home, which has went up over the past year and a half or so from 200,000 to 400,000. So across the United States, a majority of people cannot afford that type of home. Okay. And they say by 2030, a majority of the average is going to be $1.1 million. Now, some of you are hearing like, wow, that's going to be expensive. Some of you are hearing, man, that's a lot of opportunity. Okay. Man, I need to get into real estate. Because if real estate goes up, that means I can get rich. And that's true. But real estate requires money, but there's so many other things that you can do. Okay, we diversify ourselves. We don't just stick to one thing. And the last thing I want you to know, when you go to this website, you're going to see this number ticking up. Okay. And here's my question to you. The debt increases by 1 million. Okay. I mean, this number right here, the debt increases by 1 million every 40 seconds. Okay. That means when you go to work and you do an 8-hour shift, that means $720 million has been added to our debt clock. Question, can you outwork that? And if you can't, you need to understand that you are not going to work yourself to riches. It's impossible. Okay. This is why it's powerful to understand the power of compound interest. So why Albert Einstein says that compound interest is one of the 8 wonders of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who does not will always pay it. This is why the banks, okay, they're compounding interest all over us, right? Mortgages, cars, and they compound the interest. It's crazy to go even refinance a home right now. Okay. Why? Because they're going to put more compound interest on top of that. And so wealthy people understand, I don't want to pay compound interest. I want to get paid compound interest. So I wonder if I can show you some opportunities to compound your money today that you can do on your own. And it's been around this whole entire time. And wonder if I told you it's not about how much money you make today. Some people think the cure is making more money. That's not the cure. The cure is being able to invest money, give it a little bit of time. And if you can give it 5 to 10 years in the vehicles that we have today, you may realize your life can be significantly different, right? Give you an example. If you had $100, and this is hypothetical, okay, even though some things can be done. If you had $100 and there was a way for you to compound it 2% every week, okay, for the next 10 years, I'm talking about 2%, it would become, 5 years, it would become at least $1.5 million. And some of you are scratching your head like, that's impossible. And also same as the penny story. If I gave you 1 cent and I asked to have it doubled every day for the next 30 days, that 1 cent would turn into $5 million. Okay. Hopefully I got your ears now. And that's a true statement. This is how mortgages are paid. Now, this is what you got to understand. You got to treat your dollars like a hot potato. Okay. When money comes in, it should go out, invest it somewhere so it can grow more money. Why? Because your purchasing power is going down just about every day that the money ticks up. And so there's $720 million of debt. Okay. Every 8-hour shift that you do, $720 million of debt is added onto the debt clock. So basically you've lost money doing your 8-hour work shift. That's what I'm saying here. And so the dollar has only been on one track ever since its creation because the government prints money as much as they want to, and it's no longer backed by gold. See, when money was backed by gold, that gave it some scarcity. That means the government couldn't print money without having gold to back it, therefore limiting the supply. And now because the supply can be unlimited, they drive down, okay, what your dollar is worth today, and they drive up what we call inflation. So the dollar's went in one direction ever since its existence. Today, a dollar that was worth, 100% of that dollar is only worth barely cents today, if not negative. And what are the causes for that? What causes inflation? Okay, these things: increase in money supply when the Federal Reserve prints money, supply chain disruption when there's not enough. We're seeing baby milk, for example. Okay, it's they can't produce enough of it right now, so supply chain disruption. So guess what's going to happen? Baby milk, okay, formula is going to be driven up in costs. Well, all of this is happening all at the same time between the printing of money, supply chain disruptions. Okay, it's driving a lot of stuff. If not enough homes are being built, it's going to drive the cost up. Of course, government-sponsored unemployment. What do they mean by that? Well, that's printing more money. When government says, hey, you guys can take some more money, or hey, here's the stimulus money, that's increasing inflation. So they pulled a trick on us, didn't they? Everyone gets a check, you get a check, and you get a check, and you get a check. But what they didn't tell you is that months later, it was going to be massive inflation. It was going to be homes were going to double in price. And if you didn't own one, it hurt you. Okay, cars were going to almost double in price. There are going to be supply chain disruption because there wouldn't be enough equipment or material. Right. And then obviously poor governmental policies when we're talking about the Federal Reserve. So all of these things are happening. And when you understand this, can I just tell you, you can get rich. Now, just understanding it alone won't help you. Okay. But the application of understanding what I just told you. Okay. And this is what Wall Street folks, investors understand these things right here. If you understand that, you can get rich. All right. And so here's how inflation works and how it impacts you. Okay, let's talk about just the number of goods. It can be anything. Goods can be apples, it can be oranges, it can be cars, whatever. Let's say we have 1 million items right here, and each of those items cost $10 a piece. So that would be 10 million, right? So if you have 10 million in money supply, okay, that means the government printed 10 million. That means each of these items will be worth $10 a piece. All right. That's the average price of these goods. But what happens when we don't increase the goods, but we increase the money supply? Well, when we increase the money supply, it drives the cost up. Okay. So now we still have 1 million in goods, but now we have 20 million in money supply. So therefore those goods are $20. This is what you guys just seen. We went into 100% inflation. You've seen gas prices literally double and triple in some of these areas. So when we look at this could be gallons of gas. Okay. Because the government increased the supply. Okay. It increased the gas price. But what happens if we increase the goods, but not the money supply? Well, when we increase the goods, therefore, there's no longer a huge demand on the goods, so it drives the cost of those goods down, and therefore you get your goods for cheap. This is what most people don't want this, right? If you're a business owner, you want the higher price. You don't want the lower price. So hence, you understand this system of inflation, and you can benefit off of it if you understand it. So looking at the crypto market, this is what excites me the most, because the cryptocurrency market, AKA blockchain technology, makes the financial system a transparent system. You can now, instead of having to worry about, let's say, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, where you don't know how much money they have. You don't know if they're liquid. You can't go look at their ledger, right? So you're giving them all your money, but you don't know how much money the banks have. And the truth is, banks are broke. They don't use their own money. They leverage your money to make more money. And they only give you 0.0001%, which is nothing. But in the same instance, let me show you cryptocurrency, where you can literally go to the blockchain right now and you can look up transactions that are going by themselves. Literally all the blockchain has allowed to happen in the financial market is autonomous operations on the blockchain, which we don't need really. I'm not saying that we're going to get rid of our banks, okay? But per se, these are automatic banks that are being built on the blockchain that doesn't need a teller, doesn't need human interaction, just needs the user, which me, maybe you, okay, send money to another place anytime that we want, and it happens automatically. So therefore we get out the middleman, and the middleman is no longer taking money away from our money. So for example, if you want to wire money from here to another country, instead of paying $70, you'll pay a couple cents. Is that fair? Is that better? Yes. Okay. And here's the better part. Instead of having to pay an ATM teller, okay, let's say that you become a node. A node is someone, or not a person, but they hook up a computer, and these computers in the network automatically approves transactions. And when a certain amount of these computers approve the transaction, it gets added to the blockchain. Well, if you're one of these people, you can make money. And so there are people who make money in mining, in crypto. There are people who are making money staking, meaning it's like putting your money in a savings account. There are people who are yield farming, which is like being an investor, an early investor for a banking system, right? And because you're early, you're getting a percentage of the transaction fees. So there's so many ways to create wealth, and people are missing it. Why? Because they don't understand it. And that's what I'm here telling you about today, to get you to understand this. So here's an example of what $100 in any one of these cryptocurrency tokens or coins would mean for you. Now, you'll get some education, because there is a difference between a crypto coin and a crypto token, okay? A crypto coin is a coin that is native, okay? It has its own blockchain, all right? And you'll learn that in this education as well too. Versus a token is built on someone else's blockchain, meaning we all can, if we wanted to, we can build a token. You can build your own money system if you wanted to, right? Okay, but let's look at some successful what we call crypto projects on the market, and had you got involved with it, where your money would be today. Okay, how many of us can admit we can go scratch up $100? Can you go scratch up $100 somewhere? Okay, we can admit we can go find a little bit of money. And so Polygon, for example, okay, it's gonna, and I'm gonna go deep into what each one does. You can learn that a little bit later. Just know there's an ecosystem to it, cross-chain, where they want to connect more cryptocurrencies together. And so their starting price in 2019 was basically is way less than not even a third of a cent. Okay, a third of a cent is where it was. And so had you bought $100 worth, okay, and then it went to 172, at the current price, you would be at $55,483. Okay, all-time high, $94,193. How many of us would love to have a situation like this? But question, could you give it 3 years? Because it's 2019, and then 3 years later, then we hit this. Could you give your $100 in 3 years? Could you wait like that? Because that's all it is. Guess what? Most people have to wait 30 years for their 401k, only to realize they don't have enough to retire. So can you wait 3 to 5 years for your crypto projects to come through? Okay, for me, that was an absolute yes. Ecomi, they do NFTs, okay? They partner with Marvel, they partner with Disney, they partner with some major brands out there. They got launched in 2019. You can see that they were at the 10,000th of a cent place. Okay, so had you bought in here, they only went up to barely a 70% of a cent. Okay, doesn't seem like a big deal, but these zeros, it's a big deal. So you spend $100 here, guess what? Your $100 at the current price would be at $215,000. I know that it's unreal. Guess what? Had you invested $100 when Bitcoin was at 8 cents, you would be up over $440 million right now. Okay, so understanding that, or I'm sorry, $58 million or $86 million. That's where I meant. And so looking at Ecomi, so the current price, $215,000. If it went to the all-time high and you got out, $393,000. This is money that people would never make in their lifetime. All right. So when I say that you're seeing opportunity, you just got to learn and get educated so that you can get in the arena. Okay, you can start playing the game. Cardano's is at a great price right now too. But when it first started off, it was at barely a cent, going on 2 cents. Okay, had you put $100 in, current price 113 is actually lower than this right now. Okay, and then went to an all-time high of $3. But here's what it would have been: $5,947. That's still pretty good. 2020, 2 years later, or a year later, almost 6,000. That's pretty powerful. All-time high, 16,000. Okay, XRP, they've been in litigation for a very long time, but still getting to XRP back in 2014. Okay, and then the current price, it would have been 25,000. Okay, all-time high, 130,000. So you guys are getting my drift. Okay, Binance Coin. This is the number one crypto exchange in the world right now. Binance. They launched in 2017. When they launched their coin, it was at 3 cents. Okay, it's at a high of 414 right now, and it went to an all-time high of 686. Look at what $100 would have done 2017. We're talking about 5 years ago. Okay, I don't know why people are questioning crypto right now. All I'm telling you is when you learn the game and you're patient enough, life can be different. All right. And so here's what $100 would have equaled at the current price of 414, $1.3 million, or at the all-time high of 2.2 million. Now, let me go ahead and say this. Okay, there are no guarantees in the financial market. You got to learn this information. The financial markets can be very risky. Understand, people do lose money in this if you do the wrong things. This is why education is very, very important, because you want to make sure that you are making the right moves in the market. All right. And so why crypto? Here's what excites me. I'm not just doing this blindly, right? I do a lot of research. And if it's not factual, then I don't want to do it, right? If it's not the truth, then I don't want to do it. So here's the truth about what's happening in cryptocurrency. Bitcoin launched 13 years ago, okay? And here are the major milestones that happened. I'm going to talk about adoption. When we launched 13 years ago, okay, we didn't know that Bitcoin was going to make it. I wish I was a part of the process 13 years ago. Listen, okay, I didn't see Bitcoin until 2015. And I said no in 2015. I didn't get into the crypto market until really 2018. All right. And this is when crypto was bulling its way all the way up to $20,000. Okay. But back in 2013 and earlier, okay, there were a lot of big institutions, governmental institutions trying to collapse Bitcoin because they didn't want other people to see this. This was giving people the power to say, listen, oh my God, I don't need to do this through a banking system. Oh my God, I can do this, can be done on our own. Or I can be my own teller. I can mine, I can make money this way, of course. And so it got adopted through retail first. And that was very difficult. You had banks like Wells Fargo. You had banks like JP Morgan with the CEO, Jamie Dimon Damon saying, listen, cryptocurrency is a scam. It's not going to work. It's blah, blah, blah. At the same time that he's saying this to lower the cost, he has traders actually buying into Bitcoin, actually buying positions. So he's getting retailers out of their position. This is why it's very, very important that you understand where the adoption is at. Well, it got even better because once we passed retail adoption, there was a man by the name of Michael Saylor, CEO of MicroStrategy, and he went hardcore in Bitcoin, causing major evidence for institutions to understand why they should do Bitcoin, why it was such a major asset. You know, Michael Saylor is in position to make over $40 billion, okay, becoming one of the richest men along with some other folks because of cryptocurrency. All right, so if you want to get more information about, you know, why he's so gung-ho, he does a full intelligence about Bitcoin. And so this started institutional adoption. So you've seen people like Elon Musk get involved with cryptocurrency. You've seen people like Mark Cuban get involved. Now you're seeing Snoop Dogg involved with NFTs. You're seeing Serena Williams and her husband involved in the crypto space. So many names that I can name that are involved in cryptocurrency because of institutional adoption. And lastly, here's the last part, okay? And so people say, I'm too late. You're not even close to too late, okay? When you're too late is when every country is involved. That's when you're too late, okay? And so here's what we have going on. President Nayib Bukele was the first country to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender. Listen, the IMF, International Monetary Fund, which is like the World Bank, came in and they told him, they said, stop playing this stuff. Take your country's currency. You know, you can't make Bitcoin a legal tender. He said, why not? You guys don't dictate. Like, this is my country. And he kept to it because their goal is they'll be out of debt over the next couple of years. They won't owe any country. And because of what he's already proved, right, they're running Bitcoin, mining it through their volcanoes. So they're producing clean energy as well, too. Because of that, they're on track not only to get out of debt as a country, but to actually have presidents over their own country where they're not indebted to another country. And so there are 44 countries. This is what the IMF and all the banking systems were afraid of. There are 44 countries coming in this week, okay, to meet him so they can talk about adoption for their countries. Now we're talking about world adoption. And what does that mean for you, okay? When we talk about supply and demand, that means there's going to be a heavy supply for cryptocurrency for Bitcoin. And when that happens, now you're seeing a 200,000, a 500,000, or $1 million Bitcoin. They say that Bitcoin should be running to $1 million by no earlier than 2030, no later than 2037. Okay. Today, Bitcoin is sitting at $29,000 on a correction and is set to you're ready to correct back up here shortly. And so we're expected for universal adoption over the next 10 years, folks. And this is where it surpasses the market cap of gold. It surpasses the market cap of any major financial market out there. We're already killing it, you know, past the stock market. Okay. And so I love what our company does because our goal is to teach you everything that I just talked about. So maybe you're excited right now. You see the money. Okay. Now you're like, how do I get involved? Where do I go? Where do I start? Let me tell you, you must get educated. This is not something that you just come in and say, let me just put my money here and put my money there. If you just do that, you're setting yourself up to lose money. Okay. Education is absolutely powerful. And this is why I Am Mastery Academy was created in 2013 with the mission of impacting 1 million families to help them learn about the stock market, to help them learn about cryptocurrency, to help them learn about Forex and actually do it the right way. No longer do Wall Street just have the access to make millions and billions of dollars. Okay, we're giving access to average families who want to learn this thing. And this is because this man right here, Christopher Terry, he is the chief executive officer of our company. He used to run in a construction company. He used to be employed by a construction company and then later became the owner of that construction company. And then he got involved inside the financial markets, trading futures, trading stock market, trading crypto, and he got really good at it. He got so good at it that he started getting invited out to major conventions to speak about him as a futures trader and to educate other people to do the same thing. So he decided, him and his wife, to start their own company and to educate average people like you and I to do the same thing. His wife, Isa De La Torre, okay, she is no stranger to the financial markets and industry. As a matter of fact, a lot of the knowledge that Chris got, came from Isa De La Torre, as she was a banker, an executive in the Federal Reserve, okay, one of the first Latino women to be in that space and to do some major things on the Wall Street. She holds multiple licensing, of course, okay, and she is an absolute powerhouse, and we get to learn from these individuals inside this company, okay? And so here's what it is. You've heard this before. 95% of the global population only accounts for 5% of the wealth, okay? 5% of the money. And so if you want to become wealthy, you got to do what wealthy people do. You got to do what rich people do. You can't think you're going to get rich on your own, because that's called a lottery, right? You got to learn and change some behaviors. So therefore, you need a coach, you need a mentor, teach you mindset wise. And guess what? When you have the mindset, everything else follows. Okay, so 95% of the globe only makes 5% of the wealth, because why? They're still leaning on their own understanding. They're still leaning on their own education. No one's mentoring them to how wealth is created. Versus if you want to become wealthy, guess what? Less than 5% of the population controls 95% of the wealth. In America alone, only 1 trillion is controlled by the bottom 50%. Okay, while there's over $7 trillion controlled by the top 2%. Are you hearing that? And so how do you get into this space? Well, you got to figure out a way that you don't work for money. Because if you're working for money, you're working for this magical piece of paper that the government gets to print out whenever they want, you're going to always lose in the game. It's like a game of Monopoly, okay? Let's say that I'm the banker and I get to dip into the bank anytime that I want, versus you got to go around the board. And you can't just dip in the bank. You only get dip in the bank when you go around the board. Well, let me show you how to get your money to work for you. And the money goes around the board and you don't got to do it yourself. Okay. You won't be among the 95%. You'll start operating among the 5%. And when you operate here, that's where your money can grow. And it won't grow any other way except this way right here. Right. A small percent. Do you realize it says 4% entrepreneurs, the world? This is a world number. Do you realize when I talk about, they say it's about 6% now, the entire world, businesses, is ran by 6% of people. The rest of the 94% of people are consumers or employees. So only 4% of entrepreneurs. You know how much money is on the table if I provide a service? So today, when you think about yourself, to get in the 4%, as soon as you start a business, you naturally enter the 4%. Of course, you got to make the business work, but at least you're starting where rich people start. Okay, and then ultimately you'll lift up and you'll become an investor, meaning you get your money to actually work for you. You get into the stock market, you get into the cryptocurrency market, right? You learn how to trade, okay, maybe day trade if you want to, or you learn how to do some trade in the foreign exchange market if you want to, or you learn about yield farming. Okay, either way, we teach you how to invest inside the market the proper way. Okay, and so welcome to the financial markets, folks. Okay, our academy is very simple. It is an online course. Any of you went through online college? Okay, I'm doing my doctoral right now online through Walden University, for example. Okay, and it's just no different. You go log in, you're gonna click on the video you want to watch. It's a self-paced course, and then the perfect part is you get to plug into a mentor or a coach to show you how to do it physically, so that you know exactly what you're doing. You're not just reading the information or listening to the information. We're showing you how to apply the information. All right. And so once you get ready to enroll, whoever got you on this call, they're going to send you an enrollment link. Get started. We're going to show you exactly how to get started inside of our academy. And so we have multiple academies. Today, I focus on the Cryptocurrency Academy. Our DCX education, folks, listen, hands down is the best. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a part of the company. I'm saying that because it changed my life. inside this company, right? Changed my net worth in a major way, okay? And I will just tell you, once you learn this and you give it the time, you'll realize, why didn't I do this a long time ago? And so in our DCF Academy, you get to rub shoulders with people like Curtis Cobain, one of our top crypto educators, Crypto Picasso, Nick Gomez. All of our guys are pretty much, 7-figure earners. Past results don't equal future results. You're not guaranteed to become a millionaire just because you do cryptocurrency. Got to put that disclaimer out there, but just know that you are learning from people who already have the results. Okay. We're not just some academy that are putting any and everybody up there. Just like you can go on YouTube, you can't validate what those people really have unless they show you. Okay, inside of our company and our system, okay, it takes some time to become an educator inside of our company. You got to show proof, okay, why you should be an educator, and if you've even made any money or did anything inside the space. So you are learning from people who actually have the results. We have our foreign exchange education as well too. If you want to do that, that's just exchanging one country's currency for another country's currency. Guess what? It's going to take some time. Most people are trying to come in. If you're looking at this right now and say, man, I want to make a gang of money my first month. Can I be honest with you? Okay. Is it possible? Maybe. Okay. But the honest truth is, you're not going to learn this skill set in 1 month. This skill set may take you 12 months to learn, because you got to learn what the charts mean. You got to learn how to do it on your own a little bit. And so give yourself some time in this. If you're looking for a get rich quick scheme, like really fast, this is not the presentation for you. And I'm going to just be quite honest with you. This is about education. There's no autopilot things that you're going to get involved with. Well, yield farming can be autopilot, but you still have to learn how to set that up. All right. So our ultimate goal is to educate you so that you can start fishing on your own. We have a Go Live platform where you get to plug in well over 200 experienced educators and traders, where they share their knowledge of how to do this. This is where you actually see them hands-on, showing you what they're looking at the chart. So for example, if I was showing you how to go in for a buy with Bitcoin, I would show you my chart. I would show you, listen, here's the support. Okay, here's the resistance. Here's where the trend is at. Okay, this is where I'm looking to interact. And now you can see exactly what my eyes are seeing, so that you can start doing it on your own. You can start practicing. So that's what our academy is like. So you get to plug in every single day to live education with someone, so that you learn this thing. And the more that you plug in, the more that you learn, and the more that you learn, the more that you earn. All right. We have a lot of different tools that we offer as a company. These are what we call strategies. And strategies means, how am I going to approach making money inside of the market? Or better yet, what strategy am I going to use to extract more money out of the market? So am I going to use harmonic scanner, which finds patterns and tells me when to sell or buy? Am I going to use colors, which makes it very simple for me to go into a sell or buy based on arrows? Okay, am I going to do vibrata, which say, okay, once this line crosses this line, you're going for a buy or sell? Okay, am I going to use levels, which once it reaches a certain level, I just go in for that sell or go in for that buy? We have so many things that you can do. Okay, Swipe Coin Scalper, one of my favorites. If you want to trade Bitcoin, you want to trade Ethereum, it tells you exactly what the zones are to go in for a buy or go in for a sell. And so you can leverage all of these, okay, so that you can win big inside of this space here. Okay, and you're in complete control, meaning right now, if you want to, you can download this app, I Am Academy app. You can download the I Am Center app, which we call Go Live. We also have Swipe Trade, which sends trade ideas to your phone. And we have Swipe Coin, which sends crypto trade ideas to your phone. Either way, you're always connected to a professional that knows what they're doing. And I think that's absolutely powerful. So no longer do you have to go be searching through YouTube and no wonder, is this the right video? Is this the right video? No, you actually have professionals who have a lot of money that they've made inside this market. So they have the confidence and they have the know-how of what they're doing. Now I'm showing you a price right now, but let me tell you, stay on, because I'm gonna introduce some of the new academies that we just launched, as well as we have a discounted price. Instead of paying $235 to get started with us with any one of our academies, it is only $185 to get started with us today. All right. And then after a month, 28 days, we're in a 28-day cycle. After 28 days, your first payment of $174 will kick in. Here's the greatest part. It's no contract. There's no additional fees. The day that you say, I don't want to be a student anymore, I don't want to be a customer anymore, you don't have to, okay? If you want to stop and pause your membership, you can stop and pause your membership anytime that you want. Our goal is to help you succeed, okay? Not to give you financial problems, all right? Now, if you want to get every last one of our academies that we offer, it's $325 one time, $274. Let me give you guys a quick cheat code, okay? We don't have a promotion for this, for the elite membership, so I'm going to give you a cheat code. You know, you probably won't move that fast. So whether you do Forex, HFX, if you ask me which one to do, I'm going to tell you DCX, okay? But DCX Okay, let's say you do DCX this month just to sign on, so you get charged $185, and then you said, really, I want everything. So the next month, instead of paying the monthly of $185, you can pay the monthly of the elite membership of $274, get all of this, and guess what? You didn't have to pay the $325 to get started. You actually pay half of that to get started, and then you still got to upgrade to the elite membership later on in the month. Okay, so you can do that if you want to. That's kind of the cheat code. Okay, to get in now, get the early pricing, and then upgrade to the elite membership when you're ready for it. Okay, so it's only $185 to get started today. Okay, I don't know how long that's gonna last. Okay, it might last a Friday, it might last tomorrow. They've been allowing us to go, but they'll at one day they'll just say, okay, we're no longer doing the $185 price. All right, so no matter what academy you want to do, $185. Here's some of the new programs that we just launched. We just launched TBX, which means time-based trading. Okay, if you're a very, very busy person, whether you're doing cryptocurrency, okay, cryptocurrency you probably just buy and hold. Okay, but TBX, if you want to get out there and trade, this is time-based trading. If you want to scalp, that means get in and out of the market, getting some money, okay? Or you want to do it based on the timing, this is going to also be one of those things for you. If you don't know what this is, okay, right after this, in about 20 minutes, there is going to be, in about 15 minutes, there is going to be a TBX trial that you can get involved with tonight and listen, and they'll show you exactly how this works. And if you want to add this on, you can. But my suggestion, okay, whether you do TBX or DCX, do one of the two, all right? And then you can always upgrade to something else later if you want to. We haven't launched this yet, but we are launching our Stocks and Futures Academy. If you never knew, and I never understood, I didn't know that everyone wasn't doing stocks. Do you realize that if you're not investing in something, you literally can't work yourself to a retirement? Do you understand that? Okay, whoever you are on this call, our parents, our grandparents, you cannot work yourself to a retirement. That's why our system works the way that it works. Unfortunately, there are certain communities that don't have all the rules. Okay, I was a part of one of those communities that didn't have all the rules. They weren't coming to Compton, California to teach me about stocks and futures. And I look at it, I'm like, you mean to tell me it's that easy? You mean to tell me this is how you know the market is going to go up? I had one of my biggest days back, May of 2020, a big day in the stock market, because I understood when the market was going to move up. All right. And it can be that simple if you got the education. So we're launching our Stock and Forex Academy, Futures Academy in the next week or two. So let's say that you get involved right now. You get DCX, you get TBX, you buy in for $185. You can add on SFX, okay, when it launches for a smaller fee. You don't got to pay $185 again. Typically, it's going to be like $50. Don't mark my words on that. It may be a higher price, but somewhere around maybe $50, maybe $60 extra that you'll pay to add this onto your subscription if you want to, or you can just switch on and off through different academies. All right. And then my favorite, these are all extra. TLX means Travel Lifestyle Academy. Okay. One thing that I do know, what's the use of making money if you can't go travel around the world and experience what the world looks like? Me and my wife, we were in the travel industry for over 5 years, and we went all over the world. Okay, from New Zealand to South Africa to Kenya, to Bora Bora, to Tahiti. We were in Moorea. My goodness, we've been all over the place. And it was because we're part of a travel club, and we are launching a travel club here in the next couple of months. And once again, you can add that on too. Here's some of the things that will be included with it. Okay, exclusive membership, kind of giving you lifestyle discounts on events, on travel, different benefits, similar to Expedia, except you actually get to own it. What's included, you get discounts up to 60%. Awesome hotels, resorts, different festivals, restaurants, okay? You get special access as a TLF member. And then we're gonna have themed trips. So let's say we're talking about cryptocurrency. So we may have two top educators fly out to Mexico, and we call it Crypto Mexico, where you get to not only attend a class, okay, but you're on vacation as well too. And for some of you, if you understand, get with your accountant or whoever, just understand, if you're going to a business event or you're going to some education while you're traveling, then there's actually some benefit, okay, in taxes that may benefit you. All right, so get with your CPA to understand that as well too. So you get your own booking site. You're gonna have access to over 800,000 hotels, 6% off. Okay, some of the curated trips: Crypto Beach, Mexico, 5 days, 4 nights, all inclusive. Okay, discount on the tour and the excursion. You get a welcome and farewell party. And here's the best part. And don't mark me on this one as well too. It may change, but as of right now, they're looking for a way. When you buy in, you automatically have a trip that you're buying into for the entire year, as long as you're making your payment. So that's coming up here, folks. I don't want to talk about too much of that for those who don't like to take triples out of other people. There are going to be some travel lifestyle anytime trips that you can get into, 4 to 5 star, as low as $89 per person per night. Okay, all inclusive. So just know that we're coming, and I'm excited about our company, folks. So not only are we doing crypto, stock market, getting your money right, okay, we're showing you how to do trips as well too. So we may have anniversary trips that you take just for being a member and paying your membership for the next 12 months. Okay, there's a possibility you're going to have already a paid for trip inside of our company. So that may be a part of it as well too. So get ready for that launch as well. And as we bring this thing to a close, all right, the 2 and free promotion, we have an influencer product, meaning if you decide to get someone involved, to say thank you as a company, if you get 2 customers involved, you don't have to pay the $174 a month. As long as your 2 customers remain active, you have a free membership. Listen, can you imagine having a free travel membership or a free crypto DCX membership or a free stock market membership just by having 2 other customers involved with it that they need to learn anyway? Because our mission is to impact 1 million customers. And then our influencing marketing, this part is optional, okay? But listen, I don't know if you guys see, there ain't no more money coming in. Jobs are not going to increase the hourly wage. So you got to create something somewhere. So why not help other people learn how to advance their financial knowledge? Okay, inside of our company, if you become an influencer, okay, you have the opportunity to make as well as $750,000 a month. That's the top of our comp plan. And the great part of this, it's not an up to comp plan. So for my people who have done networking before, listen, folks, this is the most amount of money that I've ever made in my life in network marketing and the side of this company. So let's talk about it. Platinum 150 means this. And you can buy your business for $15. Let me say it again. You can buy your business with us for $15. I don't know about you. You can't buy a McDonald's for less than over $1 million. And you're still not going to make, over 9 million a year at some point. Okay. But you can get into a company, work your butt off, and get somewhere along this comp plan. So let's say you get 3 customers in, you're now making $37.50 every Friday guaranteed. If those 3 customers turn into 12 customers, whether you bring them in or not, okay, you're now making $150 every single week, a guaranteed $600 a month. When 12 turn into 30, we call you a platinum 1000. That means you're making an additional $1,000 a month. That's $250 a week. Do you realize that people are risking their life on a daily basis, driving Uber and Lyft, okay, doing DoorDash, doing so many things because they have to earn money? But what if I told you that the only thing that I need you to learn is be a good student inside of our company? Okay. And the people that you like and you want to show this to, invite them to a presentation just like this. And if you can get good at doing that, I can do the rest. Okay. You get good at say, hey, I got some I think you might want to see. We will do the rest, and we can help you grow your business while you're learning how to be a good student inside of our company and how to invest in cryptocurrency or how to utilize the stock market. When my wife and I came in, we hit platinum 2000 the first week, 75 customers, that's $500 a week. In 4 weeks time, we hit the rank of platinum 5,000. That's $1,250 every single week, $5,000 per month. Okay. In 60 days of being a part of this company, we hit the rank of chairman 10. That's $2,500 every single week, $10,000 minimum every month. Plus you receive an additional 1% bonus for your entire organization, which the average chairman 10 makes about $13,000 per month. In 16 months, we hit the rank of chairman 25, which is a minimum of $25,000 per month. The average chairman 25, the paycheck is around $28,000 per month. Okay. You're talking about $6,250 every single week. Every week is a good month. Listen, I understand it's a lot of money. Okay. I came from humble beginnings. I get it. But here's the truth. I knew I was going to have to work my butt off anyway. People ask me today, Randy, why didn't you go work for the airlines? And here's what I learned. My mentor told me before, listen, why do you want to become the pilot when you can own the airlines? Why do you want to be the doctor when you can own the hospital? Okay. Why do you want to be the lawyer when you could just own the law firm? Okay. My goal in the place that I'm in today is ownership. And if you don't own anything, then that's exactly what it is. You don't own anything. I want to leave a legacy for my family. I want to make an impact. And if you want to make an impact, I want to invite you to be a part of our company. I want to invite you to be a student first, right? Be a customer first. And if you want to start doing the business with us, you can do that as well too. So Chairman 50 means you make $50,000 a month. Chairman 100 means you make $100,000 a month. Chairman 250, $250,000 a month, all the way up to our top level. Okay. So that is our comp plan. Like I said, this portion of what we do is optional. The truth is 90% of our company choose to be students only. They don't even do the marketing part. But if you want to do the marketing part, listen, it's not going to be easy. But can we be honest? 40 years of working for someone else with no promise of retirement, that wasn't easy either. Okay. There are a lot of families right now that can't pay their bills, don't have enough money, don't know what to do not know how to look at the financial markets. Okay. People are getting rich right now. Okay. You got to understand that money doesn't go away. There is no new money. It just transfers to someone else. So if you haven't learned how to transfer money into your family, okay, today is the day to learn how to transfer money to your family, okay? I was no different. Humble beginnings, but today, swing the bat with the best of them. And you're no different than me. So I want you to learn how to swing the bat with the best of them. So that's our call. Get back to the person who invited you on here and let them know, hey, I am ready to get started. And I appreciate you all. Love you all. God bless you. It's your time, okay? And it requires education. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, okay? It's not easy becoming a millionaire, okay? But it's also not easy living broke either. So choose your heart is what I'm saying here. Okay. This was the best heart I could have ever chose because I took the lid off of my income. I know that I can make as much income as I want to make as long as I'm willing to go work for it. All right. So in everything that we do, let's continually leave our mark and leave our legacy.
Good information, guys. That was some really good information that you needed to know. And my title was true. Like, if you don't understand how to outpace inflation, if you don't know how to do it, if you don't know how to, if you don't understand it, you're not going to outpace inflation. And everything that Randy said today, in reference to the financial market and what's happening around us, even with the new news of baby formula. Like, you don't realize how this affects. Just think about those families that already have a hard time right now financially. They're receiving WIC, food stamps, especially those for WIC, because WIC pays for baby formula. What are those mothers going to do, especially if they're not able to provide any breast milk for their kids? Like, these are things that you definitely need to stay abreast on. Pay attention to what's going on around you. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to educate you on how to move about this world financially, where you can invest your time, where you can invest your money, how you can make that shift from broke to wealthy. And it takes time to do that. Like, I'm not where I want to be, but it takes time, and I'm doing the work to get there, and I'm doing the work to make sure that I accomplish the goals that I have set out. And right now, after I get off of this call, I'm getting ready to start working on and probably pushing my investment property that I have in Las Vegas to start moving it even more, and just, putting that inside of some more investment properties. I own that land that's in Vegas, and also I've created my business for that particular piece of property as a investment property, like a real estate property. So I'm looking for ways to make sure that I am flipping that even more. And honestly, it had to take me some time to do the research, but before then, I'm paying it out of my pocket, which is it's not expensive. It's not that much. But the fact is, now I want to start moving more into flipping it more, because Las Vegas is one of the entertainment capitals of the world. There's so much stuff that's getting ready to happen there. There's so many multi-million-dollar projects that are coming down the pipeline. And where my property sits, it sits by the airport. And there's a whole lot of land just a lot of land that's over in that area that's going to be developed. So that gives me first dibs or first advantage on being able to flip that property. So those are some things that's really, really important. And you definitely need to pay attention to the information that I provide for you so that you know, where to invest, how to invest, what's happening, how it affects you. Okay. How things affects you, how it affects your money, how it affects, your business or your job, whatever it is that's happening right now. Take heed to the information that I provide. So I'm not just providing this just to, frighten you or scare you, but it's just to, move you in a direction where you need to start making some different choices and some different directions and moving your money. Even the money that you have from earned income, putting that in somewhere where it continue to grow percentages a day. And as you saw in the presentation, how we're able to do certain things inside of this one company that I'm a part of, which is I Am Academy. And I'm so grateful and so thankful to have this information and be able to, make money for me. I've been in a Bitcoin, I've been in a cryptocurrency trade for a couple of days, probably since Thursday or Friday, but that's my money working for me. That's my money moving for me because of the education and the information that we have. We have educators that's out there vying and looking at the markets for us, and they're they're reporting the information back to us, and giving us the opportunity, like, hey, we can get inside of this trade. So I've been inside of a Bitcoin trade and Ethereum trade right now for a couple of days, and I set my take profit, to a certain extent or to a certain amount, where once that market hits it, that's my money. I mean, right, my money. Once it hits that target, that's my money. I'm going to take that money. I'm going to put that money somewhere else where it's going to continue to even develop and compound interest on top of that money. So I'm excited, guys. Like, everybody's talking about, the huge dip in Bitcoin. I'm encouraging you right now to go and buy more Bitcoin. That's what the news wants you to think. They want you to feel like, you need to get out of this. This is not a good investment, while they're turning around and they're buying it away and they're buying it up from you so that you don't have access. So don't allow entities like that to steer you away from developing a wealth system for you and your family. I'm buying more Bitcoin, and you should too. And also, not only am I buying and holding Bitcoin, but guys, like I said, I've been in a Bitcoin trade for a couple of days now, where my money is increasingly moving for me. So I'm scalping the market. I'm trading them, day trading in this particular market, and I'm setting my take profit. And once the take profit hit that, it's going to automatically get me out of trade. Whereas the money that I didn't even have, that I didn't even own, it now becomes mine. So we teach you how to make money that you don't even own. We help you leverage money that you don't even have. So even if you go into the market with 10 cents and you're making $100, guess what? That $90 and $99.90, that is your money, but you only went into the markets with 10 cents, guys. So that just gives you a lot of information to let you know how much you can leverage these markets, the financial markets. And not only that, we manage and we also leverage the foreign currencies, any currency that you may see. I don't care if it's the Australian dollar, the Canadian dollar, we're making money off of that. And we're also, as you saw in the presentation, that we're getting ready to introduce stocks and futures inside of this platform. So not only would you be able to trade the foreign exchange market, the cryptocurrency market, but you will also be able to make money in stocks and futures. And not only that, we're also implementing the travel industry. So if you saw in the presentation that our TLX Academy is going to be launching in a couple of months. And what that TL stands for is Travel Lifestyle Exchange, which means you can trade, you can make money, make money for you, but you also create a lifestyle that allows you to travel around the world. So that's a lot. That's over 7 streams of income. There's 7 pillars. And with that pillar is a lot of branches. So when you branch out, there's a whole bunch of branches even surrounding that. So guys, you have over 2,000 opportunities to make money in this industry, all from a one-stop shop. So with that being said, guys, have a great night on this Metaverse Monday. I'll probably come back a little bit later on and see what's going on and showing you guys what's happening in the metaverse as it relates to cryptocurrency. So for right now, bye and have a wonderful evening. If you have any questions, make sure you reach out to me, inbox me, and I will love to speak with you. And if you have a group of people that you guys want to set up if you want to set up like a party or something like that, and you want me to come to your house and show you some information and bring all of my information with me, I definitely am open to that. If you want to do something with a group of you guys and we're on Zoom, we can do that as well. Just make sure that we share this information and we share it to individuals that are looking to make money and that are looking to diversify their funds and that are looking not just to play around. We're dealing with people that are serious. We need serious individuals that are looking to work. Just understand everything that you do is going to require some effort, some work. Okay. So with that being said, have a great night. This is Kimberly Money Chemistry reporting to you live tonight on this wonderful Metaverse and Motivational Monday. We'll see you soon. Have a good night.